So I had somebody comment, how do I sleep at night knowing some of my customers have a car with over 200,000 miles on it? We're mainly worried about cars breaking down. Ever heard of don't judge a book by its cover? Yeah, same thing goes for cars. As you can see, that's my daily right there. And guess what? It's got 190 something thousand miles. Yeah, it's a 2015. Yup. My dad's old car, which is now mine. I see that? 264,000 miles. This runs perfect. That runs perfect. Here's our little trash truck. Check this out. This thing should have been totaled. This thing runs perfect. And it's got, yeah, that's right, 340,000 miles. And my dad would still get in it and drive it to Mexico if he had to. Check that out. So as you can see, guys, I'm a huge fan of cars with higher miles. Not just because, they're a little bit cheaper, but you can actually provide the customer with a better looking car for a better price. And being a dealer, I go to the auctions a lot, so I'm able to test drive a bunch of cars. And I can tell you that most of the ones that I see with low miles, you'd be surprised. You've got cars with 30, 40, 50,000 miles with bad transmissions, especially the newer cars. Newer cars, to me, they just don't seem to last as much. They got too much technology, too many things that can go wrong with them. And then not just, as far as buy here, pay here, when you sell a cash car with low miles, those customers, they're super picky. If they see 80,000 miles on it, they want no noise, no nothing from it, nothing. So you've literally got to fix every little squeak on that car, every little noise. It's got to have brand new tires, all that kind of stuff. But when I show or sell a car with 200,000 miles, now I've sold some cars with 300,000 miles. My brother-in-law actually has a Pontiac Bonneville with 300 and something thousand miles, and it's still running. I mean, it ain't perfect, it ain't pretty and anything, but it's still going. But yeah, the cars with the higher miles, they're just a little bit easier to sell, especially if they got little dings and stuff, because you've got somebody that shows up, they're looking at a 200,000 mile car, so they're not going to expect it to be perfect. They know there's going to be a few little things here and there, maybe a light on or something, but they kind of expect it. So I've had I've had plenty of cars with over 200,000 miles, and I will finance them. Now there is a cool little trick, or it's kind of what I check whenever I get a car with over 200,000 miles is check how many owners it's had. This truck, it's a one owner truck, and it's perfect. But if you got a car, let's say a Honda Accord, one owner, two owner, hey, that's gonna be a pretty decent car. Oh yeah, and another thing is I'm not wearing makeup. It's the lighting in here. I know somebody said I had makeup on, but I don't wear makeup. So if you can find those cars that are higher miles, one owner, two owner, get those. They're usually pretty decent cars. They've been taken care of. Now if you've got a car with 230,000 miles and you see that in the last year it's had 3 owners, four owners, or the its whole life it's had 10 owners, then something like that I'd probably skip over. And then if you sell a car that has high miles, don't sell a Cadillac, don't sell an Audi with 250,000 miles. Sell Honda, sell Toyotas, sell Pontiac G6. Just sell the average car that a person needs to go to work and back, take the family out, this and that. As far as buy here, pay here, I don't sell luxury cars or Audis or anything like that. It's just that's not my market. I'm looking to provide just regular transportation to people, and that's it, honestly. But that's just my quick video about, you know, how I sleep at night selling these cars with 200,000 miles. I sleep pretty good because I don't really worry much about those, because I know alternators, starters, most of that stuff has already been changed, and that's usually what breaks on cars. But when you got a car with low miles, all that stuff, you know, the owner of that car is actually going to have to start replacing all that stuff, especially around 100,000 miles. A lot of that stuff, you know, seems to break around that point. But by the time they make it 200,000 miles, I mean, you just need tires, brakes, oil changes, tune-ups, just the regular stuff. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and you know, if you've got any comments, leave them below. Let me know what y'all want me to make videos about. That right there has 210,000 miles. That one has 192,000 miles. Runs perfect. $750 down. $1,200 down, just because it's got 120,000 miles. And there's no guarantee that that's gonna break first before that. I mean, these cars, they're known to go 230, 240. I mean, they go up there as long as you take care of them. One right here, 210,000 miles on it. Check this out. That interior is in really good shape. 190,000 miles. That one's got 130. You know, they're both priced the same. This one right here has 180,000 miles. That one has 110,000 miles. And look at this, the paint is almost perfect on that one. Look at this paint. Right here has 190,000 miles. It's fully loaded. Brand new tires all around. You can tell whoever had this before took care of it. And the only reason I'm able to do $650 down on it is because I got it at a good price because of the miles. Make sure you actually look at every single car, test drive them. Another thing that I try to look at is tires. You know, if they got new tires on them, you know, most of the time the last person took care of it. That one right there's got 190,000 miles. Those trucks, I mean, they go up to 300,000 plus. Focus right here runs perfect with 100. No, it's got 240,000 miles. It's a great car right there. Perfect daily driver. Fusion over there, 130,000 miles, and it's got a bad transmission. It slips after 30 minutes. This right here, I think it's got like 120,000 miles, and the engine's bad on it. They overheated it. That right there, that's my Copart rebuilt one. I'm just trying to find somebody to do the quarter panel. Over here, it's a Honda. It's got 100, I think right at 100 or 90,000 miles. It's been sitting here for like 6 months. It's got a bad transmission. It's super clean. Book by its cover. Don't judge a car by its cover. Well, don't judge a car by its looks or its miles. And don't judge a customer either. Hi. Tell them subscribe.